Hello and welcome everyone. Today I want to do a quick tutorial on React Router form based on an issue that one requested me to elaborate on. So let me just show you what it entails. If I type a message, I have just a sample form here. Then I submit. You'll see I get a submission, but the form still retains its content. So if I say world, I'll see we get hello world, the updated stuff, but we still retain this hello world. Why does this happen? So if we come back to our I'm doing things a little bit differently here. So I've just assigned this home component, because you know functions in JavaScript are just objects and you can assign them properties. So I'm just getting the form data, then retrieving all the info and then logging that data. With me here I have a quick setup of environment with Tailwind, and yeah, so you can see we have just the React Router form, and it's doing the submission but it's not clearing the form. So how do we go about this? One way, because we cannot leverage the fact that React Router is handling the form for us and we can only handle it in the action section. That means we have no control over the DOM. Okay, so that's the challenge. How can we now handle this to be able to tackle these events? So there is just something very simple. What we'll do is we have a hook known as useSubmit. Okay, we'll import it. Then if we come back here, this will still work because React Router DOM is persisting this. So if I continue submitting, it will not reset. So here is the trick. So you'll just come inside your component and just write const declare submit is equals to useSubmit. Okay, so once you declare submit, this is now the submit object that will be submitting our forms. So by default, if we just make it form and a method post, it will do the native post. Okay, but we want to trigger it on, like if we try to post using this button, you can see this button, type submit. When we click submit, we expect it to clear. Okay, so if we click on it, it should clear. So what we can do here is to say, what we'll do here, we'll just create a function here known as const handle submit. Okay, so this one just want to cheat use on click, then we'll just say here we can get our event, hover on top of it, then we'll see it's picking this for TypeScript. Then we just come and pass that in here. Okay, so okay, what was the, so it's this event. We'll just pick it the way it is. It won't be that form event. So once we get these, then now we'll have all the capabilities. So we'll just say here, we'll just type here handle submit. Okay, so this will be our submit handler. Okay, so what you can do here to submit this form, we are just preventing default so that we don't refresh, although for the React Router form it doesn't refresh the page, that's why it's persisting the data. So how do we handle submit? So we'll just write here submit, we'll call the submit method, but the submit method expects a form target. So what we'll do, we'll just say, because you have the event, okay, it will be fired inside the form. So we'll just type here event dot current target, okay, which is our button, dot form. Okay, so that will refer to the form that we are currently submitting. Okay, and if we now go back to the browser, clear, refresh, then say something changed. Okay, so something changed. If I submit, you will see it's still having the same behavior. Okay, in as much as we are not using the default way, so we can just log here to confirm submitting. So let's just close that. So if we click here, you'll see it's rendering submitting. So then how do we get to clear this? One way, we can just say here, before you submit the form, we can do, let's say, to do handle form of validation. Okay, then we submit. After submitting, the way to clear this is to just write e.current target .form .reset. Okay, if you are using JavaScript, it will just be okay, but if you hover here, you will see it's telling you it's possibly none because it might not be there. So you'll just pass the not null there. Then if now we come back to our browser and submit, you'll see after submitting, say hello world, then if we submit, then you'll be able to see it's resetting. Okay, so let's say we are just checking, we want to check maybe those values. Okay, then if you want to check those values, const let's say values is equals to okay, const form data will be new form data, that our form. Then we can just check if okay, so we can check if the title is empty, then we cannot submit. So unless you say hi, then it will be able to submit. Or we can just alert, please enter the title, then you terminate, say hello will work. If you try to submit an empty form, it will prompt you, please enter a title. So that's how you can do the validation. So you can validate here, then you submit. After submitting, if it's successful, then you can reset. So that's how it is. If you find this useful, I know it's short, but if you find it useful, please like and subscribe for such content, so that many others can also get to learn of this kind of resources. Thank you. So I hope you benefited